Hello, my beautiful rainbow children. Welcome to the Prophetic News. My name is Zion, and I am the author of Prophetic News, which comes from a dual book that I wrote called The Potsmoker's Bible and Book of Zion. The Book of Zion is written entirely in Bible verse, and it foretells the events of the year 2020 and beyond. And it is based on this prophecy of the Old Testament that I compare current events in the news and on the world stage with prophetic events according to the Old Testament. Now, it's important that you know this is not New Testament prophecy. This is Old Testament prophecy. And one of the reasons why the world is in such dire conditions at this moment is that particular reason. Because the prophecy of the New Testament is falling apart. It is being enacted, but in reverse. And people are sensing the coming flip. And this centers around the year 2020 and beyond, which we are now in. Now, the prophecy predicted in great detail the year 2020 with the presidency of Donald J. Trump, COVID-19 pandemic, and the uprising that we call Black Lives Matter, and the subsequent rioting in the streets. All of these events occurred perfectly in alignment with the prophecy in the Book of Zion, the book that I put together from the scattered testimony of the prophets of the Old Testament. And it predicts that there will be a revolution here in America. It predicts that a great northern nation brought together from the sides of the earth will self-destruct. And that is what we're seeing with all of the violence that is going on a daily basis now. The mass shootings. Colorado, Boulder, Colorado just occurred yesterday. And, of course, the terrible tragedy of the spas in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And I could take it all the way back if you want, prior to even 2020. This is a direct result of the fall of Donald J. Trump. The Trumpsters, Trump, whatever you want to call them, the Christian-based conservative right is losing their power to my beautiful rainbow children of all colors, creeds, religions, and non-religions. They have been empowered by Donald J. Trump, who made it cool to be a white supremacist, to be a conservative, right-wing, Christian, evangelical white supremacist. And it's playing out in the streets. As Donald J. Trump is Donald J. Trump and does Donald J. Trump things, like saying this week that he's going to have his own media platform, and QAnon believing that he's supposed to be the savior of humanity, the coming again, the Messiah. Well, I have news for you Christians. He's not. And those people who are killing, doing all the mass shootings, they're doing it because they're realizing that QAnon is wrong, that Trump is not the savior, and that the United States of America is as corrupt as they have always known, and they can no longer live with it. But Trump was their big leader. They were supposed to be led into a more just America, make America great again. But Trump was and always has been and will always be a con man more than anything else. And his con is up. The moment he walked out of the White House, he lost his true, fake power because he never had any truth to him. He has always been a liar and will always be a liar. He has always been an ego and will always be an ego. He is always self-centered and he will always be self-centered. And people are realizing that, and that's exactly what he was supposed to do. Now that he has fallen from power, and the truth of his non-action of being said savior is forcing his believers into a position they cannot deal with. Jesus isn't coming. He should have already been here, but he's not here. And they believed that Trump was heralding his arrival. Well, no. According to the prophecy of Israel, the book of Zion, Trump is the basis of men. He was put into power to undermine democracy, to expose the hypocrisy of this nation that claims to be a democracy, but is in fact a corporate entity, bought and sold for profit, hypocritical to the core. Trump exposed all of that hypocrisy, and now he's lost power. And as I predicted, he's about ready to go down, or at least he should. But it is his fall from power that is putting his followers into a position where they are becoming violent and desperate. They're realizing that Trump failed. There is no new America. And because he based his entire con on his love of violence and superiority, he has created a violent people ready to revolt, ready to stand and fight for their freedom. They believed him, but he was a lie. And now he's gone, and they are desperate. They are lashing out randomly across America in a campaign to undermine social order, to bring about this revolution. Well, yes, we need to change things, but not with Donald Trump. There's only one way to end the violence, and that is for someone to step forward in the name of peace, unity, brotherhood, love. All of the things that America is supposed to stand for, but doesn't. So, the prophecy predicts the fall of the United States of America, but not to the desperate followers of Trump. Trump is gone. His power is gone, waning daily. He's grasping at straws, trying everything he can to retain his power, but his finances are catching up with him. His corruption is catching up with him. And that is as it was predicted to be. He falls from grace. He becomes the laughing stock. And all those who follow him are realizing the truth. Donald Trump was never any kind of savior for the United States of America, for the Christian coalition, for anything. He was and always will be the basest of men, the example of what you should not do in a just society. He is the bad example in order for the example of good to be shown in its true light. And that good is Zion. Because the prophecy predicts that the true destruction of America comes not from the violence of massive random acts of violence like we're seeing now, but by the coming together of the rainbow children of America, the peace-loving children who want an end to violence, police brutality, corporate corruption in government, the 1% getting everything while the rest of the rest of us struggle just to put food on the table. Well, the Bible does predict someone stepping up to fill that void. Zion. And I am Zion. So I am volunteering to fulfill the remainder of the prophecy. Everything that I was required to do to claim the title of Zion, I have done. All you have to do is go to Pot Smoker's Bible on YouTube and listen to my books, the Pot Smoker's Bible, Book of Zion. And you'll learn that I have fulfilled every stipulation of prophecy up to this moment in prophecy. When I step forward to champion the cause of those who at this moment have no true voice, the poor, the disenfranchised, the atheists, the drug users, the minorities, those who are under the gun of the government and corporate way. The only way to peacefully resolve the United States of America is to follow the prophecy to the letter, to enact the camp out for peace, the camp out for freedom. Follow in the footsteps of Moses and Israel. Create our own exodus. Just simply say, sorry, we don't need you. And we're going to prove it. We're going to pack our bags up and we're going to go to a designated area out in the panhandle of the state of Nebraska where the sand meets the land. And we're going to pitch our tents and go on strike. We're going to bring with us enough food to last for about a month, seeds to plant, and if you can't afford seeds, then just go to the grocery store, to the produce aisle, and get you a bunch of vegetables. Take it camping, eat what's edible, plant the rest, and you will have food to sustain you forever. If we pool our resources together, we can buy enough cattle to start a herd, to feed us. If we employ modern technology, we can sustain ourselves without the need for money or America. So, according to the Bible, peace can be attained in an exodus, following in the footsteps of Moses. So you want to go camping? May the great watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect the truth, good, and light, being your current way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice when we get to Camp Zion. If you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote 2 books about it. My name is Zion. I love you way too much to say goodbye. So I'm going to say later now.